Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel for another Hot Toys unboxing and review. Today we have once again a figure from Star Wars The Mandalorian. It's the armorer that we saw in Season 1. If you got the figure from Hong Kong, you have a Hot Toys exclusive sticker, while if you got the figure from Sideshow Collectibles, you'll have the Sideshow Collectibles exclusive sticker. So first, let's talk about the box. It's the usual Star Wars Collectibles box design, which means you have a picture of the figure and the Star Wars logo. For Hot Toys figures, you also have a colored strip. For the Mandalorian figures, it's an orange brownish colored strip. You have another picture of a figure there, and one on the side. And when you open figure, you have another promotional picture of the figure and then the figure itself. So let's open this and talk about the accessories. She does come with some nice accessories, including a background. So first, let's talk about the display base. It's a simple display base. If I recall, Hot Toys has already used this one before. It's a grid that has been painted in brown, which gives it a nice little rusty effect, and I really like that. It has the usual nameplate with the Star Wars logo on it. As for the stand, it's a waist grabber instead of a crotch grabber because the armorer has a pleather skirt, so a crotch grabber wouldn't have worked. You can actually put the stand wherever you want on the display base, which is nice. So it works like this, or you can put it here like this. It's up to you and depends on how you want to display your figure. So now let's take a look at the different hands. You have 6 different hands. These two that are open hands. Then you have this one. It can hold the Beskar. You also have this one, and these two to hold the different tools she comes with. So now let's take a look at the different tools. As you can see, these are not small tools. After all, the armorer is a blacksmith. If you compare the hammer to the chest plate, you can see it's quite bigger. For the hammer, they used a shiny metallic paint. I like that. Then you have the pliers. They used the same metallic paint. I was actually surprised that they can move. So you can hold the chest plate with the pliers. But be careful if you want to recreate that scene when she is making the chest plate, either for display or toy photography. You need something like a table under the chest plate to hold the weight because the pliers is a light tool. Then there is the ladle. It's a different metallic paint. It's darker than the two other tools, and it's filled with melted Beskar, so that's really nice. The welder is also using a darker metallic paint. It's a smaller accessory compared to the other tools, as you can see. The piece of Beskar is the same that came with the Mandalorian. So it's a nice accessory, and as you can see, there is the Empire symbol sculpted on it. And finally, we have the Mandalorian chestplate. It's using metallic paint too. As you can see, there are some dents. I guess it's because it's when the armor is making this piece of armor, so she's still shaping it. It's nice that they included this accessory and not just the tools. So there are more possibilities to display the figure, and same for toy photography. And now let's take a look at the background. I'm usually not fond of backgrounds that come with figures, at least not the Marvel ones, but this one, I love it and I will definitely use it in my display. It's the closet in which the armor keeps all her tools. You can either display it closed like this. As you can see, there's the Mandalorian symbol on it. There's also a control panel, or you can have it opened. It's a really nice accessory. It may be a simple piece of cardboard, but it's so cool, and I think for an exclusive figure, it's really nice to have included this background. Look how cool it is, right? So now let's take a look at the figure itself. There she is, the armor. I was so happy when this figure was announced. I'm crazy about the Mandalorian, so the more figures we get from the series, the better. And it was even more surprising when the first batch was released in Hong Kong just 1 month after the announcement. That had to be the fastest Hot Toys release. How great is that? Obviously, for the second batch, we had to wait a little bit longer, 3-4 months after the announcement, but still, that's great. We don't get figures so little time after the announcement very often, so we have to appreciate that. So thank you, Hot Toys. Thank you for this. I really love the armor, so obviously I had to get this figure. And I do hope we see her again in Season 3. I would love to see a fight between the armorer and Bo-Katan, as they have different visions of what it's like to be a Mandalorian. About the boots, they used a mix of plastic and pleather. I would have preferred if they only used either plastic or pleather, because the mix of the two does look weird. Another weird thing about the boots, they have used some screws, and I'm not sure why. Anyway, the boots are not a total disaster. When you look them from far, it's pretty good. It's just when you get close that it does look weird. Plus, it has a good articulation range, as you can see. That's cool. For the skirt, they went with pleather. It looks pretty great, as you can see. It's actually 2-piece, this part and this part. Obviously, it does limit the articulation a little bit, but you don't really need the legs to move too much. So that's fine. On the belts, they included some little bit accessories with metallic paint and a little bit of gold paint there. It looks really nice. While for the gloves, they went with plastic. I do understand that because they are interchangeable hands, so plastic would work better than pleather for the gloves. For the chest piece and the helmet, they used metallic paint, but not a shiny one. That's how it is in the series, and I really like that. The armor has a rather unique look, compared to a lot of other Mandalorians. She has an armor that's not all the same color. She has the chest piece that's red, the skirt is brown, and the helmet is gold. So that's a nice mix of colors. The helmet is a Nighthawk type of helmet with a little bit of Viking vibe to it. Even though I don't like rooted hair and I prefer sculpted hair, for the fur, if it's part of the outfit of a character, I prefer if they use fake fur, and that's what they did for the armor. It looks really great. However, when you're handling the figure, be careful because otherwise it may be damaged. As for the articulation, the head can look down. You can move it like this, like this. However, it can't really look up, at least not further than this, because the fur prevents it. That's a little too bad, but it's not really a big problem. As for the rest of the figure, it's nicely articulated. The arms can move like this, like this. The legs like this. And like I already said, the feet have a good articulation range as well. So now let's try some poses. Apart from some minor issues, I think this is a great figure and it's worth picking up, especially if you are a fan of the Mandalorian. This figure has some real nice accessories, including a beautiful background. The armor has such a unique Mandalorian look, and that's what makes the character and the figure look so great. Thanks again for watching. I'll be back with more unboxings and reviews very soon. Some of my upcoming unboxings and reviews include Mysterio from Spider-Man Far From Home, Captain Rex from The Clone Wars, and Lando Calrissian from Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Bye!